Hey guys, so you've seen this makeup look before and this shirt before, but it's because I am filming back-to-back two videos, but they are very different. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the new Dermablend Instagrip Jelly Primer from Dermablend, and we'll be testing it out with my Dermablend foundation that I used before that I did not like, and I show you guys a review and coming back for a wear test later on in the day. So I really hope you guys stay tuned for this video, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Please remember to like and subscribe down below, and thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, so this is the primer. It comes in a 30 ml bottle, so an average primer size, and you have to turn it, kind of locks itself locking here. So it describes itself as a powerful 3-in-1 silicone-free jelly makeup primer that provides 24-hour makeup hold, acts as an instant facial moisturizer, and creates a subtle skin tightening effect for better foundation application and longer wear. So it is $33 American. It says it's quick absorbing, it's formulated with plant extract to smooth, moisturize, and tighten skin for enhanced foundation application and powerful 24-hour wear. The silicone-free, 100% clear texture quickly absorbs to a smooth and natural finish to create a fresh makeup canvas, safe for all makeup formulas, skin tones, and skin types, including sensitive skin. And it is a vegan formula, which is really good, and it says it's a unique sticky jelly texture, grips onto makeup, prep skin for a smooth makeup application and optimal makeup results. 3 products in one: makeup gripper, instant moisturizer, and tightening mask. I think that's super weird that it says it's a tightening mask. It says apply 1 to 2 pumps to fingers and sweep onto face in upward and outward strokes. Let it absorb and dry while you prep your foundation. And then it's ready to grip onto makeup. So I don't like the Flawless Creator foundation drops. I have them, but it didn't work for me. And it didn't work for me because it wasn't long wearing. I'm kind of iffy to try this primer with it because I kind of want to try it with a foundation that I know I like, but that could be, let's try it with the Dermablend one. So since it's the same company, even though I didn't like this foundation, I didn't like it because it wasn't long wearing enough, and it lasted literally probably an hour. So I'm gonna see maybe if it's more long wearing with this primer, and if this really holds up to the 24-hour. It even recommends it to use it with this foundation. Even though it's good for all foundations, it really recommends this foundation. So we'll see. It looks, so it's like a clear gel. It looks like clear white glue. I put 1 to 2 pumps on my hand like it said, so I put 2 pumps. It smells weird. Feels super weird. Oh my gosh, this feels so weird. It's like thick, but as you move it, it's also super watery almost. It's the weirdest texture. So as you start rubbing it in, you feel a bit of thickness, but then it goes like a little liquidy, and then you keep rubbing it, and then it gets sticky. It's just super weird. Like, it's super sticky. I don't know if you can hear that. Like, you can hear the stickiness. I don't know how much of a tightening effect it will really do. I know people like to use a lot of products of stuff, but I would really recommend going in with what they said, the 1 to 2 pumps when you're first starting. Because I always recommend using what the brand says to use, so you know if anything goes wrong or not, it's not your doing. And honestly, 2 pumps was more than enough for my face. I could have honestly gone with 1 pump. Yeah, it still feels sticky. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Dermablend Flawless Creator drops. So as I said before, this lasted like not even 3 hours. It was really honestly shitty. I just don't know how it would be used as a makeup mask. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of tan on the weekend, so I know this is a lot lighter than I am. But I'm not about to go get a foundation for a tan that will last 2 seconds. That's what bronzer's for. And this is a really greasy foundation, so I think that's why it moves literally so much on my face, because it is super, super greasy. I'm going to go in with my Born This Way concealer. Next, I'm going to go in with my Cover FX powder just to set my concealer. Actually, you know what? I should go in with my Dermablend powder. It's because it's a Dermablend video. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Dermablend setting powder just for this video. And I actually do, like, this is one of my favorite powders besides the Cover FX powder. This is my favorite powder. Cover FX powder, number 1. Dermablend, number 2. Dermablend was my favorite powder until I ran into the Cover FX powder. And I don't have Dermablend concealers because I don't like their concealers, so I never tried their concealers, but I know, like, from playing with them on my hand and swatching them in store, they're super yellow. I like to beat my concealers to be more neutral for highlighting reasons. So I honestly loved how this foundation looked before. That's not why I don't like the foundation. I don't like the foundation because it got greasy within an hour, and it also started sliding off my face within that time, even with how much powder and baking I did. I just don't like it, but it looked flawless on application. Right now, I can say that it doesn't look flawless. Like, and I don't know if it's just because my skin's been bad, but it's coming off my nose when I put the powder on, and that never happened before. And it's so full coverage, but then when I put the powder on, it made it less coverage, and that's never happened before. It just doesn't really look that good. Just looks kind of textury and stuff. But I'm going to use my Terracotta Bronzer from Guerlain. And my nose looks super dry. I never have that problem, so that's super weird. And I'm going to go in with my NARS Orgasm Blush. I wonder how it will hold my, like, the primer, how it will hold my bronzer and my blush and my highlight. I always look for that because it does matter what primer you use for the powder application on top too. Because if it's not holding your foundation, it's not holding the rest. I'm just going to spray my face with my All Nighter and throw in my Amrezy highlight.
"20 minutes later."
So it is 30 minutes later, and I do not see any tightening effect whatsoever. It looks the same as when I applied it. I don't see any blurring, but it wasn't supposed to. I don't see any moisturizing at all, actually. It's kind of like my dehydrated lines are showing through more than they would usually. So I don't know whether this is gonna be that good of a wear, but we'll see. If it wears a lot longer, then that is actually amazing, because this foundation literally, like I said, does not last the slightest bit of time. So I will be back later tonight and I will be telling you an actual give you a good wear test, and we will go through with that. Okay. Hey guys, so I am back from my day, and my makeup, you can see, is a little bit worn. My lips are all gone off too, but I applied my makeup around, let's see, 3:30 p.m. I'll say, and let's look at it. I literally haven't looked at it all day. Oh. Okay. So I will say that this primer has prolonged this foundation significantly, because by the 3-hour mark, it was all like gone off my face and stuff like that. It surpassed the 3-hour mark, I know that, but with this foundation, it is nowhere near 24-hour wear, or make sure your foundation is on for 24 hours. I still hate this foundation. I found with the primer, there was no tightening effect. The texture was a little bit different, but it felt sticky, so it did make this foundation a lot longer wearing. It's gone mostly all over my face. My smile lines, it's all blotchy, looks super dry. It's all coming off here and here. It's a mess. And I've worn it so I've only worn it for 6 hours, and let's say 7 hours, and it's like this. Every other foundation I use, I don't have this issue with other primers. Like, I'll have a little bit here and here that need to be touched up. This foundation is by far the worst. Left my bronzer and highlight, but my highlight didn't last very long. It's lasted longer than this. My blush is almost non-existent anymore. It's just like kind of a mess and looks terrible. I would love to try this primer with my Cover FX foundation or my Hello Happy by Benefit, because those are my foundations that I find are really nice and last long. I will say so far I like this primer, because this foundation, as I said a million times, did not get far at all through the day. But it got a lot further. Like, by now, if I didn't wear this primer and wore another primer, I would look like I didn't have foundation on. So it still looks like I have it on, it's just kind of like a hot mess. And I will say that it is not the primer, it is the foundation. But it makes the primer look super good because it lasted a lot longer than it did, I will say that. When I first put it on, you could really see my lines here, and it really looked like my skin was just super dry, and the primer is supposed to be really moisturizing. I never had that problem before with this foundation, so that was super weird. It was almost like it was drying out my skin, but it was supposed to be moisturizing. It's not pore filling, so don't expect it to be. I like pore filling primers, but I'm not going to knock it for that because it doesn't say that it is. There was no tightening effect at all, so when you say tightening mask, I don't know if you apply it like a mask and leave it on for 10 minutes. I don't know if it will act like a mask. I think it's really weird to say a primer's a mask, and I think it's too expensive to be using it as a mask. The 2 pumps were more than enough. I would just use 1 pump. If you have like a bigger face than me, 2 is going to be enough for you. I know I have like quite a small face. I kind of more and more like the texture now because it is different and it is unique, and I like the fact that it's sticky because I feel like everything's sticking to it. But I'm really excited to try it with other foundations like Cover FX and stuff like that. This foundation is just a no-go, and I don't like Germ Blend face products at all. I will say that they've never worked for me. The only one that I really love from them is their setting powder, but that's the only thing that's worked for me. I actually tried their setting spray once. I already sprayed all nighter before, so I just wanted to feel it. The mist is really nice. I like the mist. The smell, I didn't really like the smell of it, so I will say that, but I am really excited to use this with other foundations, like I said, because it is like a unique formula. It's a unique texture, and it did make my foundation last a lot longer, so I'm really excited to have it done with my foundations that already do last long. So yeah, all in all, I am excited to try this again. I will leave in the description box below how it performed with my other foundations and how I liked it with those. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. And me, and hopefully not this girl, will see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye guys.